What's up? We're here another week, FazRadio, and we have a couple very special people on right now. Um, these two people have been building all during the bear market, and now that it's becoming a bull market, we're starting to see the fruits of their labors. And these two people here are kind of related. I started wanting to talk to Timbo about the new game that he put out, but then we've been trying to get Rostekip on for a little while, and I could see how what Rostekip is working on directly supports what Timbo's doing. And so I kind of want to focus on the crypto economy a little bit during this cast, and just talk about what's being built and the ecosystems that are coming up here in the cast. So welcome, guys, Timbo and Rostekip.
Hello,
Yo,
good afternoon or good evening
Yes, it's
or good night
really late
for
for you.
me.
We very much appreciate you coming on at what, 1 in the morning for you right now or something?
Yeah, 1 in the morning indeed. Yeah,
Yeah. So really appreciate this, but I'm glad to have the opportunity to be able to talk about your tool NFT Harbor, your trading site, right? Your
yeah, that's true.
crypto NFT trading site.
That is true. Yeah,
Would you want to start out? Give us an idea what this site is about?
sure. So launched in December, it gives you the first secondary marketplace on Galachain where you will be able to trade everything from Galachain, so that your NFTs don't need to go to the Ethereum chain anymore. But at the same time, you will be able to pay on any chain, meaning on the Ethereum chain or Gala chain. It's up to you. So try to make sure that the fees were very, very, very low, just to make sure that we didn't have another OpenSea or Blur or whatever it is. Although they are perhaps more user friendly, yeah, I think it was more important to get something out for the community where everybody could use it. And that's a bit
So,
in a summary what it is.
so is this site Gala specific?
For the moment, yeah, it's a Gala specific. I think I will keep it that way because it's specially built for Gala chain NFTs, in my point of view. Um, you could easily attach other chains to it, that's for sure. But for the moment, it's only Gala chain specific.
Why do you want to build on Galachain? I'm just curious.
Well, I was there from the start. It was a bit different than all the other chains that already were set up, and there was everything there. And but here there was like yeah, a space where where something could be made, which wasn't there yet. And there's still so many improvements that can be done. But the Gala chain itself is a quite fast and robust system. Yeah, I already built some things on it now, and now with the hackathon, and you can better ask Timbo that one. It's a nice thing that you can do, and there's so many things that you can use and do. Although it's still in its early stages, I need to really um, admit that, because there's still some improvements that can be done there, but it's a start, in my point of view.
I think the beautiful part is it is totally expandable because Gala Chain's not just Gala, right? Like we want to build on Gala Chain. Other people are building products on Gala Chain. So Rostekip set himself up with NFT Harbor to be the hub for Gala Chain commerce. Because of course, when we get our NFTs on Gala Chain, we're gonna want to get them on NFT Harbor as fast as possible.
Yeah, and that's a bit the thing. I started with Galachain knowing what the limitations were. And now you're starting to understand, or everybody's starting to understand as well, what can you do with Galachain and what is not possible yet. Uh, there is a reason why I used escrow, not only for security, because wallets were not. I don't think that anybody wants to connect their wallet to a third-party site which is not Gala specific or has a stamp of Gala. That's the first thing. But secondly, you need to work with the limitations and see if you can put something online. And every day, every month, there's new possibilities that are coming. So there's a reason why the hackathons are now there, um, and why and why you can build on Gala so much more than only games. So yeah, it's a bit of a lot of things that made me want to build on Galachain.
So there was a question that came up in some conversations prior to the show, and I'm just kind of curious to get your take on this. So this is obviously like your creation on Galachain, and they talk about how, you know, they want to build a decentralized network within Gala. Yet on OpenSea, if you trade Gala assets, there's a creator fee. Do you think that that's going to end up being an issue on NFT Harbor with Gala wanting a piece of the trading?
If that would be the case, then of course the fees will go up. That's for sure, because I need to make sure that Gala is paid as well. And with my little fees of 0.5% on Galachain and 1% on Ethereum, that will not fit it. But for the moment, it's already built in. So if from the moment that there is a maker fee that I need to pay, I can easily do that. But it's as well, and that was as well my point of view, that if, for instance, the GG collective wanted to use the NFT Harbor site, but wanted to use the maker fee to do something with it, it would be possible as well. So it's not only for maker fees for Gala that I made it, but as well for others that want to come in and, yeah, for instance, the GG collective, I know there is a white paper, let's say, where the distribution or some of the sales would go out to the ones that bought the tokens, right? So that would be an ideal way of making sure that that is possible.
I feel like, from what I know, Rostekip is in the driver's seat because it's a blockchain. They can't impose that fee. I don't think there's a way for them to impose that fee. What it would be Rostekip would be in control of imposing that fee, right? Like, I don't think that Gala has any way of ever enforcing a marketplace fee on somebody else's marketplace because he's using the escrow.
Well, Gala had it for OpenSea because didn't technically Gala list the stuff on OpenSea?
That's what I'm saying. Like, OpenSea has it baked into the contracts, whereas Rostekip is with NFT Harbor. It is simply a escrow trading where you're just peer-to-peer trading technically to an escrow wallet. So those are just normal blockchain transactions that they would never be able to impose a marketplace fee for.
Yeah, they couldn't come in there and demand anything. Maybe they could make deals. They
but
to
Rostekip's point, he could work with other. He's in the driver's seat and could partner with other people, projects like GG Collective, and have a creator fee on that, right? And so he's the one in control.
Yeah, perhaps it's a Belgian mentality, but I'm trying to be as diplomatic as possible with everybody that I work with, as you know already, Titan. But it's I asked the question. I asked the question basically at the start when I started with NFT Harbor. Will that be a maker's fee? What will be the maker's fee that Gala will impose? So I did all those steps. I built them in. They told me at the beginning it will be 0. Don't worry about it, but it can change. I don't know. I don't know what the future will bring. I know it. I know I can. I know that it cannot be imposed, but I don't want to lose either the things that I have now built. If you see my point, so it's I'm always somehow dependent, or I need to have let's say things that are need to be opened up, or because the escrow is something where I need to go through every single channel and see what to move every single NFT in different channels, because there is no one channel where all the NFTs are. They're all in their own little channel, private channel, like Spider Tanks, like Champions Arena. They all have their own channels. So it's not like on OpenSea where you push them all into one single blockchain. Let's say here you're working with private channels, so it's a bit difficult to say no, I'm not going to do it, because otherwise you don't have an NFT Harbor anymore. If you see my point. So
Okay.
It's a bit tricky, let's say.
That
All
was
right.
excellent. Thank you.
So Titan, you wanna ask some questions to Timbo about his game?
I could ask both of them questions all night long. So
Like
I
Timbo's
am
being ignored here.
No, I'm ridiculously happy at picking up that fortitude because I love those. I used to play this this game. There was a place called Candy Stand, and it was made by one of the candy companies, M&M Mars or something like that, and they put all these like really bad graphic but really highly addictive games on there. And they had this. It was called TD. And it was a tower defense game, and I played that until my fingers hurt. And I was heartbroken. I have a ton of those fortitude things. I can't wait for this to roll out on the regular so I can sit down on the weekend and give that a go.
I'm pretty sure it's.
Where do you said you were taking it down, I thought, giving it a break for a week or something?
I
thought
think the
you
old
did.
build is still up though. I think it's still up.
Okay.
It's just not technically the comp's not technically going.
Okay.
Let me see. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you can still get in there and play.
Oh, okay, cool. I definitely want to give that a try. So obviously, this was like your first go at this and putting that game out there. What we've had these conversations with Gala for a long time, and they say, you know, putting a game together is hard and it takes time. Now, as you build this out, are you running into the same issues, or are things rolling pretty smooth?
I think everything's running really smooth right now because we don't have any promises. We don't have any barriers or fences to like hurdles to go over because we did everything on our own. We didn't take millions of dollars from people and put expectations on things, and we are using NFT infrastructure that's already been built. So I think the model that we've created is for that scalability and partnership potential to really have this expansive game that brings in an entirety of an ecosystem. We can bring in little pieces of every game from around the ecosystem and be a fun arcade style tower defense game that is kind of unites everybody.
Well, even the use of the orbs too, I thought that was huge, and I think that got glossed over a little bit with the excitement of everything. People have been waiting for a utility for those orbs forever, and that was one of your first things that you put right into the game is you gave the orbs utility. And
I got a lot of them. I had to pump my own NFTs, dude. Let's go. I got the Blue Realms. I am the #1 holder of Blue Realms. Okay.
So by taking and utilizing those, are you going to be creating your own assets and NFTs for NFTD or any of the other games, or are you primarily for right now going to kind of use what's already been out there?
We want to use what's out there for now. We're going to have fun with it. Don't overcomplicate it, and just bring in, have this like dope chessboard style tower defense game that just all your little pieces, all your little NFTs from around the ecosystem are your little pieces that you get to bring on the board and build your board with all your special NFTs. That's kind of the goal we're going for. That's already a really expansive idea. So I think it's going to take time, and our whole team puts time and effort, I would like, into building each one of these towers. Like the creation process of that tower right there, of the beatbox tower. I'm the one that makes the base design. Then I hand that off to Deadly, and he has put the animations on it and creates animations. And then we hand that off to Graham, and Graham is the wizard that puts it all together and makes it work in the game. And, has the like the beatbox might have pushback for the enemies when we do sound wave.
Oh yeah. Right.
So he's the one that would create that blast, create the pushback effect, create the damage it does, create the slowing effect of the ice, the poison effect of the poison, so on and so forth.
Yeah, I got
Right.
poison towers coming out my ass
Exactly,
as well.
right? So like for example, the orb and the realms, they do an area effect healing, right? So he had to create the area of effect of healing for all your towers around it. So we have like a perfect little chain going of creation to finish, and that's what we're really good at. Building towers and getting them in the game is what we're going to be really good at, and we're going to bring in as many NFTs as we can.
That's a good question. Well, that gives me an idea for a good question, because my questions are good. Are people going to be able to get? I mean, do you choose the NFTs to put into the game, or can people, ask you or proposition you to put their NFTs in a game?
I think anything's on the table. Obviously, like that's just, we're free. We can do whatever we want. The goal, though, is we have this first base. we have this first batch of NFTs or NFTs we're implementing. That's going to the next phase. That the next time we have our next phase of our play test will have Beatbox, Tower of Blue Realm. Is there another one? A new one. No, it's going to have those two.
Thank you.
Then we're going to have the Hopia Tower come in when we have everything on Galachain. But then after that, I think we'll have a few more batch of partnership towers, but then we want to open it up to the GG Collective and let the GG Collective vote. And we want to build it into the game where you come into the game. We read that if you have a GG token in your game or in your wallet, and then you get a vote, and then you get to vote on which tower gets built in or gets built next. So get it to a point where we just build one tower at a time, and we have the community constantly voting on what NFT they want to bring in.
I think that's a really good idea to get the community involved like that so quickly.
Yeah. Right.
That's what this is about. I don't think people understand the gravity of that as well.
Right. It would be like in Spider Tanks if the community got to pick each tank that got to come out. So I think it's really fun idea, but then also it shows what NFTs are most popular in the ecosystem at the time, and let those communities speak for themselves.
So I'm clicking through this, and I just discovered this Earn Hopia and a Tower of Hopia.
This was the gala presentation that we had.
Oh, okay.
So this information is going to change a little bit. I'm going to create an FAQ in our Discord, in the GG Collective Discord, which will have all the information. But this is what we presented at the hackathon.
Okay.
Now this Hopia token is not associated with the Gala platform, right? This is the GG Collective's version of that, correct?
No, Hopia will be the NFTD's currency.
Right, but it's not going to be another wallet in your Gala wallet, right?
It will be another token on Galachain, right? So
exactly.
Yeah.
On Galachain, but not your Gala account.
This isn't even GG Collective then,
so
right?
if you go into the Gala website and you log on in your inventory, let's say, you will see all the other tokens and then the Hopia token. Correct me if I'm wrong, Timbo, but that's what you're going
eventually,
to
yes. When the creator, so we worked like we pretty much had Hopia built and the Tower of Hopia, like on their test net. You could buy Hopia or buy the Tower of Hopia with Hopia, and you could earn Hopia in game. We had that all built. Now it's just a matter of Galachain actually going fully public and us connecting to it and implementing our tokenomics into the contract of Hopia. But Hopia will be a token on Galachain, and you will be able to see it in the store probably when we do it through the creator portal. You'll be able to see it in the Gala, and possibly we'll be able to sell the Hopia towers in the Gala store for Hopia.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
But it's not. But it's us. Gala is opening this up. They do not own IP. They do not have control of the game at all. They do not have any of that. This is them. This is their attempt at building the layer one that people come and publicly build on. They don't want to be like, it's not Gala. You know?
Okay.
So Gala is going to cooperate and allow you to put something like this in their store.
That's everything. That's what they've been preaching this whole time. They do not want to be in control of it anymore. They want to build a layer one Gala chain that creators can come build on. Same as Ethereum, same as Solana,
I would hope so. The only thing that worries me is kind of like the Google Plays, Google Store and Apple's iStore and stuff like that. Gala may not approve of some of the things that are made on the chain and thus won't list them in their store.
Completely correct. You are correct. That is a part of it.
That's why I was liking the idea of, Rostekip's site so much, because that's not controlled by Gala. That's completely independent and not you're not locking funds in there or anything, right? You're just
in ours nothing would be controlled by Gala either, though.
Okay. Even
Yes,
though
you
Gala
need
was featuring it in their store.
Well, you need to see it like this. So you have two different kind of ways to work on Galachain. You have the SDK, which gives you all the possibility to create your contracts, and then you have the creators mode. And in the creators mode, you just say what you want to mint, what you want to sell, and that is directly connected to the store. So they still need to give you an approval, which I think is normal, because you can, otherwise you can put whatever you want on the store, which would perhaps cause legal issues. But the creator program gives you the possibility to easily mint and do, for instance, mystery boxes, which I'm going to use on NFT Harbor, which you can open. All those things already coded for you. It's just a graphical user interface where you can easily mint. So I think it's a very good idea what Timbo is going to do. They're going to launch the token, give an NFT, and you already know what the NFT does in the game. And that's really the key, in my point of view, to success, because the game is really awesome, really nice build, and it will only fuel the game, in my point of view, if you do it like this.
And so, to exactly to that point, we are wanting to be teammates with Gala, but we're not controlled at all. We could go build Hopia on Solana perfectly fine and do all of that. But we care about the Gala ecosystem. We care about the Gala NFTs. We all own Gala NFTs. Mm-hmm. All of our friends are in the Gala ecosystem. So we want to pump our NFTs, not pump, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, make them have utility. We want to play them all in a game and play with our NFTs. That's the goal. And that's all on Galachain. So at this moment, we want to build on Galachain. It hasn't been easy. This has been, the SDK has taken a very long time to get to where we can build on it, and we still can't launch this stuff. So they know that they're at a very, very pinnacle moment to get this right, so that we can actually come build on it, because they know we could go build on Solana. We're already working with all the Star Atlas guys, trying to build a NFT lending platform on Solana. So we really want it to work at Galachain, but obviously it has to work.
Yeah, but you need to be just as a little remark there. They're not so far as Solana for the moment, right? They're just starting this off, and I think what we already can do on the Gala chain is already promising, and very much promising for what it can do. Okay, the hackathons are you see that's the start, and I saw already some cool stuff built, like the swap. I'm not sure if you saw it, everybody, but it's like the swap mechanism was one of the entries, of the online entries of the hackathon. Was really cool, and some other stuff that I saw was like, wow, if you can already build that, it's it's going already in a very good direction. But I totally agree with you, Timbo. It needs to be coming very shortly that we can do it on the main net and not on the test net only.
Yeah.
That you can start doing it there. Yeah,
That's
for
why
sure.
I love what you've done, Rostekip. I mean, honestly, we've been huge teammates for them. We've helped build this with them, right? Like
Yeah.
that's why I feel invested too. I'm friends with these guys. Like like India Venom has been huge help. Like he was huge help at the hackathon. We've all talked. We're friends. We want to make Galachain work. It's our home. Like we want to make it work, right?
Yeah, indeed. Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah, we invested a lot of time in it, and you then a lot of money. So yeah, it's normal that you keep coming back to where it started. Yeah, it's normal. Yeah.
So I have a question for Timbo, and then I'll have one for Rostekip. For Timbo, this game that you made came out rather quick. How easy is it to create a game using the Gala blockchain? And I mean, I know it takes a while to put together graphics and a game story and stuff like that. But using the blockchain, what insight do you have on how easy is it to actually start using the blockchain for a game?
So right now the game we made the game. The current version that you can go play right now has nothing on block or on Galachain. It's only Ethereum. We can bring in it's just connecting wallets from any chain that we want. The game itself does not have to be connected at all to the chain, to any chain.
Interesting. That means you can use NFTs from any chain, not just Gala, right?
100%. Yeah. That's the game right now. All of our NFTs that are connecting are through Ethereum. We can do Solana easily. We can do Gala easily. So like it's like, and then you can we make Hopia on Galachain. You can bridge it too, and Gala's perfectly fine with that because they get their bridge fee, and you can go bring Hopia on other chains and trade it as well. Like so, we're not closing ourselves off a single bit with this. We can do whatever we want.
How easy it is, how quick and easy it is to make a game, because I think what you've demonstrated is that you can make one fast, and kind of makes me wonder why some other games haven't come out a lot quicker actually using the blockchain. The Gala blockchain, and others as well.
Well, for the moment, Faz, you need to know that the blockchain itself is not open yet. So it's just the beginning. So that's the reason why Timbo, and I think it was a very good approach. If you don't have the connection to the wallets on Galachain, you need to do something to make sure that you can see what somebody has in their wallet, just to make the feeling that you've got an edge over somebody else because you own something, right? That's basically the idea. So I think it was a very good approach to say I'm going to go for Ethereum, but in that approach, and I think that Timbo said it really, really correctly, you open yourself up to any chain, because you can connect to any chain. Then if you have like a mapper in between that says, okay, where are your NFTs? That's the first thing you ask in a game. If they say I'm on Ethereum and on Solana, I've got their NFTs, well, why not? You can combine them, and then you can immediately start gaming on multiple chains.
So that reminds me, we talked about something in our premium channel right before this, but we were talking about how NFTs have value outside of games. And this has been a suspicion of mine for a long time, that you can have NFTs in a game and the game could flop, or it could just never be made to begin with in the case of some games. And still those NFTs would have value because they could be used in other games and in other ways. Can I get your opinion on that, Rostekip or Timbo, either one?
Go for it, Timbo.
I mean, so a lot of these games, with the way they've played out so far, have all turned our NFTs into just really expensive Pokemon cards that we've bought, right? And that we've fallen in love with. They are literally just a token on a chain, right? But that that inherent value, like we're starting to see the culmination of all that inherent value of the emotion that's been poured into these NFTs. And that's what I think our whole goal with NFTD is, to kind of open that up of like, like kind of like a duh moment, like duh, we could just bring them all together. Like, come on, like they're still there. There's still tokens on this blockchain. Like they're still there. They've already been made. Why make more?
So it's like putting your Star Wars action figures in a G.I. Joe helicopter or something like that, and being able to
Boom! Look at that. Exactly.
I found a way to
Don't get them on Star Wars.
But it's that was the promise that was made in beginning. Buy your NFT and use it in another game. Like what I'm doing on NFT Harbor in a finger knip, I can say if you own this NFT, you get an X amount of discounts. So I can say just for the music launch, for instance, I took an artist and I said if you own an NFT, you will get a whole week a 40% discount on everything that you sell. Like now that's the beauty of NFTs. You can reuse it for other stuff like giving discounts or using it in another game. Of course, that game needs to be then programmed in a sense. It's not like magically going to pop up and that you can play with it. But it's opening your imagination. If you have imagination, you can do whatever you want with an NFT. And this is what I think is very good. Like for instance, the orbs. Everybody wants to have utility for the orbs. It was going to go into spider tanks, if I still remember it correctly. There were so many ideas, but I think that Timbo and Graham are the first one that are actually giving utility to the orbs. Unfortunately, they're still on Ethereum. Otherwise, I could do the same thing on NFT Harbor. But from the moment they're on Galachain or any chain, let's say, because Timbo took the right approach to go to any chain, if you have imagination, you can do whatever you want with it, and that's the beauty of an NFT, in my point of view.
100%. I honestly, NFT Harbor is like the ultimate interoperability place. Like you are the harbor for all the NFTs. Like every NFT can pass through your site. So I think that's what, I guess I never lost the dream of the Ready Player One concept, right? Where that was what we all I felt like that was the huge culture at the time was Ready Player One, interoperability. We bring in everything. So I never lost that. Some people did. And I'm like, we got to make this happen. What's the easiest way we can do this? Well, let's start and show people that how easy it is. Let's show how easy it is to build a fun, simple game and bring in everything and start small.
I will give you one good hint, I think, or one thing that I was thinking about when I was playing the game, Timbo. If you can bring all the different NFTs from all the games that are now, let's say, hot, all the NFTs that are played in that game, and you can bring them all together, like Faz correctly said, I can bring my action figure into another action figure. I think you've got a hit, in my point of view, because then everybody, the whole community is coming in, not only Gala, but you're going to be like a facilitator of bringing the whole world together, like your Ready Player One, in my point of view. So I think you're really on a good track with that one.
Thank you.
But you need to have a broader board then to put them all into one game field.
It's going to be a lot. The meta is going to be huge. But hey, that's the challenge. If we can solve it, then it's going to be huge.
Yeah, indeed.
You know that there's a couple people that are going to want crypto dick butts front and center on the gates there to the game.
We already joked about that. I already said it's so hard. I'm making all the towers are created the same shape, and I'm like, people are already trying to get it in. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna have to fight this off.
Hey, you know what? I think that would be like market itself, right? I mean, people would share the hell out of that, and having like your Bored Ape or anything, you're giving additional utility where there was none before. And because people they can't wipe the stupid grin off their face when you say something like crypto dick butt, it would go viral instantly. So that's beautiful on so many levels.
all we need is a bigger crypto dick butt, you know. Or we can make them smaller in the game too. I don't. I'm just kidding.
Well, you got to include Gooch Island. There's got to be an island for that there too. So, I mean, this is. I watch you on the casts, and not just tonight on FazRadio, but on the other ones that you do. And as soon as like what just happened, where you get to talking about that dream of being able to have like a blank canvas in front of you and you can literally do anything you want. Your eyes light up, you get excited, you lean forward in your chair. I mean, you have this right here now. How do you decide what to do next with so much limitless opportunity in front of you?
I think that's the dream right there with the GG Collective. It's the fact of how do we know what to do? How do we know what the best choice is? And then our brains go to let's create a giant community where we can all siphon and hive mind this together and figure out what the best choice to do is, right? Let's vote on it, let's come together. It's the same principles as a democracy and everything. It's principles that have been baked into us. You know, they're logical and really it's just having people tell you what they want, right? Like, what towers do y'all want? Honestly, if you want crypto dick butts in here, let's tell us and let's do it. You know, we get thousands of people want these things or hundreds of people want them in the game. Heck yeah, let's do it. Let's have fun. I think that's kind of where we're at.
Timbo,
So-
can you tell us sorry.
Oh,
Go
no,
ahead.
I just wanted to throw the same at Rostekip.
Oh, okay.
Rostekip is so ridiculously community focused, right? So he I don't know how he does it. He's got to have like this army of bots, right? But there's like a billion Discord channels and he's got his little bots running around in there, is my guess, because whenever somebody says something like, oh, you know, it would be cool if we could do this here. And like 10 minutes later, he's like, log in, it's there. So being so community focused like that, how do you decide where you want to go next?
Well, first of all, without a community, you don't have anything. It's plain and easy. You don't have a site, you don't have anything. So you need to listen to your community. That's the first thing that you need to do. And I think there, the GG Collective again did a good job to set it up like that, because it's an immediate hit in my point of view. Because you get more, like you said already, Titan. The community supports me, and if there's something wrong, they tell me so that I can fix it and those kind of things. So my priorities are basically based on the feedback I receive from the community. So if somebody says, yeah, I would like to have a chat functionality, and there's a lot of people that ask me the chat functionality, then I don't need to build something that I need to build. I need to build something that the community wants. That's the only thing that you can do, or otherwise you're going to lose focus, in my point of view.
I want to cut in.
yeah.
I want to say that Rostekip is the community and is an amazing community members to others. For example, like having a good community. In our playtest, we literally had community members hack our own game to help us make the game. No, but in Rostekip.
I said I'm going to make it obvious.
No, you're good, dude. No, it's awesome. So he hacked our game, and then we had Game Media hack our game too for us, and they sent it to us, sent us what they did, and it literally helps make the game better. That's how good that's how much community matters, you know. And we do that for Rostekip. Rostekip does that for us. It's awesome. And now we have, you know, killers in the community helping each other. So it's really good.
Absolutely. Sorry, Faz. I just wanted to throw Rostekip the same, because that both of these people that you're looking at right here are ridiculously community focused. I mean, like rabidly. And I want to make sure that everybody understands the why behind the why on that. This isn't for them to enrich themselves. For cripe's sake, we tried to give Rostekip money before, and he's like, no. So this is not something that that they're looking for an end game on, other than to make the dream come true for what they want to build and what they want to provide. So, Faz, I'm sorry, go ahead. I know you had more questions.
Oh, that's okay. I just wanted to get this screen up here really quick because I want to talk more about this game, because this looks exciting. It looks interesting. I saw just a little bit of it, and you said this game was something that you actually hacked together pretty quick for the hackathon. So was that a prototype of a game to come that's going to be, bigger and better, and more towers, more graphics, that kind of stuff?
That's our hope, so first big update is just getting tons of towers in. Like that's step one. Get towers in, get tons of, get it functional.
Star Atlas method, which is just get something going.
Exactly. We put 6 weeks is how long from start to finish. Now, the entire time before that, so Graham had already had a base, a more simple version built already. We completely reskinned it, did everything different. And then the past 3 years have been us developing skills and developing skills and relationships and getting NFTs and doing all this to get here. But as a team, the three of us made it in 6 weeks. So getting towers in is the first step. And then after that, we want to build a tile system and create boards, and then create possibly a land mechanism, and have our version, our take of a Fortitude or Clash of Clans or Mavia game type of concept. You have your own base, you attack other players, you have the stuff, but that's the dream for now. For a very long time, we're just going to really perfect the simple arcade style tower defense that we have now. We want to really get that fine tuned, and that could be 2 years. Maybe people love it, and the GG Collective decides that that's what they want. They want to keep it that. We're not going to argue with them. We're going to build what people want.
So this game is going to be directed by GG Collective after you get it going. Then
I would say at first the towers are going to be the main direction, but at the same point, we only really listen to the community, and we're talking with everybody, and we're really just wanting to make a fun game for ourselves. I love playing the game, dude. All the players were better than me. They had more time, and like Devakin, we gave away an ancient sleigh for an ancient spider tank in the first place, in the play test. I mean, Devakin had this insane strategy. The top player, he had the craziest strategy for it and beat everybody. And I didn't come up with it. So I think that's kind of what we're trying to build something that players love, and we're not gonna mess that up. We're gonna let them tell us what they want.
So I think a lot of what I'm seeing from both of you gentlemen is a lot of, even going back 2-3 years, the things that the community has spoken to other gaming companies about is what you are deeply ingrained with putting into effect today, right? So almost everything I'm hearing is what we all dreamed several of these other companies would be, but it turned out a little bit different. And now we're here. And so Faz and I have argued about a lot of the ways to approach the gaming thing. And one thing that I do want to address with both of you, because you're both so community focused, once in a while Faz says something really smart. And in this case, this is a really tough question. Does it come to a point where the inmates running the asylum, so to speak, becomes too much and some control has to be put into place?
That's what I was thinking about a community-driven game, because the way to have something get out of control is have it be designed by committee. That's my 2 cents.
I would argue to you need to steer it, in my point of view. You can give some options in the game to be decided by the community, like for instance the towers. Which tower are you going to build? It doesn't change the mechanics of a game, in my point of view. There needs to be somewhere there something that you need to still keep, because you cannot. There's so many personalities. There's so many different things that everybody can do. I
I,
think you need to have somehow. You need to be somehow still at the steering wheel of a game, in my point of view.
so
That's
it's
yeah.
I think it's very simple, and me like our team in Rostekip are doing exactly the same thing. We are the devs, and we can only implement certain things. So we're going to have open conversations with people and build what we're able to build, and that is the constraints of it, right? Like at the end of the day, we're driving the ship because we're like somebody has to make the art.
Mm-hmm.
Now that like somebody has to
I see
implement the art,
opportunities there. I see opportunities where
right?
people can submit art to be
Yeah.
used. If they do some of the
Exactly.
work, that might get some priority of being put in the game. If I come
And
up with
that's
a good bug and I do all the art for you and I find out your format, you don't have to do any work. It's in there. You get part of that. I see a lot of opportunity.
and I think that's we're not like at the end of the day, we own NFTD completely. The collective doesn't own NFTD at all right now. We are building it with them, and we want to implement with them, and we want to have a revenue share with them, right? And we're going to create a deal that the community wants, and there's going to be a developer community relationship where we are building the game symbiotically together, and we have constraints that we have. Like what can be put in the game is based on the world that we have created. NFTD has lore, it has an art style, it has a color palette, right? And it has certain mechanisms that have to be in place. Within that world that we've created, anything is possible that makes sense. And that's the constraints that we have. And it is exactly what Rostekip's doing with NFT or with NFT Harbor. There are certain constraints. It is a marketplace, and he's going to implement everything that makes sense to that ecosystem that he's creating.
So we had a listener with building. So each of you, what are you guys doing to get more eyeballs on your projects? It's, with marketing, what is the plan to get the word out that, GG Collective exists and NFT Harbor exists?
I guess for our part, for GG Collective, like I found that the best thing I could bring to the team was pushing NFTD, right? Like every single NFT that we're able to bring in is marketing, right? Is bringing in community. And then that, because we're partnered with GG Collective, that brings everything to GG Collective.
Yeah, for me it's a bit different, because the approach is a bit different. Let's say I had a natural, or I still have a natural, let's say, communication and thing going, because I'm the first on Galachain where you can sell your NFT. So it was easily, let's say, set or easily used by everybody, because if you see the fees and you know that you don't need to bridge back anymore to Ethereum, you know that everybody's coming. It's a no-brainer, right? So for me, it's a bit different than the GG collective or an NFTD, where you need to bring in the people. For me, it's coming naturally. I see every day. I see a lot of people joining still. Now with the nodes that came along. For me, Twitter, for instance, or X, how you call it now, X, is a very important one for me. I don't have any YouTube. I don't have the time for it. Um, so that's how I do it. But if I would work on a game, which I'm going to do as well with the Gala University, so that you know how to bring a game onto Gala chain. Yeah, there of course you will. It's another strategy that you need to follow. It's clear and simple. So I think what Timbo there does now with all the NFTs bringing in, yeah, it's a fuel. It's a fuel for your community and for your game.
Right. It's like I could make a commercial or a video, or I could just make a tower, right? Like
Right?
I think of making a Bored Ape tower and having a little ape character run
There
around.
you need to be careful, Timbo, because most
He's just
likely you
gotta
will
own
get
the ape.
some legal problems there if you're
No,
going to use
but
that.
like no, I can bring in the NFT, right? But I don't use
That is
the IP at all.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no
You're going to
IP.
change it a bit. Yeah. Well seen. Well
A little
seen.
banana
Indeed.
gun, you know.
Yeah.
A little, who knows?
Good one. Good one. No, I think it's a very good idea. Go for it, I would say. Yeah.
Go ahead, Mr. Faz. Sorry.
I
don't want to.
looking at the comments here. I was commenting on the comments. It's quite a set, quite some drama going on in here. Anyway,
Of course, we're focused on our guests here at the moment. We can deal with other things
Isn't
later.
Web3 always a disaster and those kind of things? So
It's a soap opera drama, man.
It's a soap opera.
Every time you turn around, there's a new twist.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
So Rostekip, is there? So what's your end goal here with this site? So just getting a trading site going? Is there more going on that you can tell us? Don't tell us
what you see now is basically a plan that is already ongoing since when I started NFTLookup. I wanted to do NFTLookup, and then I wanted to do some other stuff, but it's always been in my head to do an NFT Harbor site. It's not the end goal, let's say, of what I'm going to do. The NFT Harbor is a site that will stay like that. It will be for trading, but as well for reporting wise, and some other things that will come along. For instance, what could be of use for Timbo, for instance, is to see what kind of popular NFTs there are. For instance, if he's going to bring in a new tower, do I see on NFT Harbor an increase of sales of that NFT? Those kind of things are something that you can use in the future. So it's a data-driven thing, what I built. So it can always be used for the better, not for the things that are used in the Web2 world, let's say. I want it to be used so that everybody can see what is going on. Okay, it's the beginning, but okay. So no, it's not the end goal yet.
I could see a subscription to analytics coming eventually.
True. So what I'm going to now implement is a so-called future bidding principle, where it's a payable thing, but it's basically to avoid the bots, where you will be able to bid on NFTs that are not yet listed even. So you will be able to say, okay, I want to have a tower that Timbo puts in his game, but it's not yet listed. So you will be able upfront to say, okay, if that one is coming alive and you want to bid on it or be warned or buy it immediately, you will be able to do so. But those are things that I'm going to implement, like the reporting, like the future bidding, all so that everybody can use it. And then the last part that I'm going to do there is open up an API so that you can build your own front web up onto the system, so that you can integrate it in your guild, like the GG Collective. If they want to, for instance, have their own look and feel, well, why not just use the API and you can build your own front end on top of it. I think that's the end goal. Yeah.
Am I the only person here who can't sit still because of the fact that this transparency is ridiculous? It from both of you guys. I mean, everything is out there and open, and people, you can just pull APIs right out of the sky. You can go and you can see who's playing what and when and how many players are there and what's popular and what's not. I mean, this is what excited me. I'm having a Timbo moment. See, I'm like getting all amped up over here, because this is how I envisioned what Web3 was supposed to be. We know Web3 currently is like Web2 with a different name, right? So where this is going, and that's why I get so excited, and people laugh at me when I get so excited, but that is what, to me, what it's all about. is all that transparency right there. Lay it on the table. Here's what we are. Here's what we do. If you want information, all you got to do is poke a button right there, and you can learn everything you need to know. That, to me, just is fantastic.
Well, how
I
far
think-
does that go? The transparency there. I mean, don't they need to make money?
Yeah, but the thing is, in my point of view, we are small, and that's the reason why you can be that transparent. In my point of view, we are the decision makers, so we can say this is going to go out. While if you have a big firm, a lot of people, a lot of groups, let's say within the company, you need to go through all those levels before you actually bring something out and say we're going to do this. And then you're not sure even, because will legal department be okay with it, and will this guy be okay with it? Is there other priorities all of a sudden? Like, for instance, what happened with all the things with Gala, I think it's normal what is happening there, because the times are changing, and it's shifting all the time, and there are other priorities, and this doesn't work, so you need to do something else. It's like us, we do the same thing but on a smaller scale. So for us, it's not that visible, and it's not that there's not much impact if we have this. But I can see that the more that we grow, or the more that we are in a team, and like Timbo, you're 3, you need to make sure that you have your agendas together. You need to make sure that everybody's on the same page. Nobody can become ill. Well, for me, if I'm becoming ill, it's even worse. But you can already imagine what the difference is between a large company and a small company. Yes, we are completely transparent, but we can be completely transparent. So it's a bit different in my point of view.
I think really it's about discipline and like having your shit together to be able to earn the ability to be transparent. For example, with GG Collective, we spent months creating through Seed Starter, doing the securities route, filing with the SEC, doing all the hard shit so we could say the word investment, right? So that we could have monthly reports of our revenue, and that people know we're going for revenue. So even to the making money part, we're not hiding that. We all want to, like for NFTD, we're going to be very clear on how, like, everybody's going to know how we're going to make money, and they're going to be wanting to pay that. Just like everybody's perfectly fine paying $60 for the next Call of Duty. They know where they're giving their money. Nobody's hiding it, and they know exactly what they're going to get. Everybody's happy. Sounds good. That's what our plan is. You're going to know that where we're getting our money, and you're going to know where you're getting your money, and you're going to know the product that you're going to get.
Well, and that no promises and no kicking the can down the road for both of you is huge. Faz always said silence is golden when it comes to that stuff. But at the same time, the communication has to be there when things do come out. I think you're 100% right. And I've been screaming about that for 2 years on this show, is just give me the utility up front. Tell me up front all the details on what I'm buying. And if it's $200 and I think that's worth $200, I'm going to buy it. And if not, well, then they have to go back. It's on them at that point. They say, boy, nobody's buying this thing for $200. It's obviously not worth it. And you can go back to the drawing board and do something a little bit different, or create more utility for it somehow. But at the same time, getting that registration done. And I know Rostekip, I can't even imagine, you must have your attorney on speed dial over there with how fast you crank stuff out.
Yeah.
Because it's a sad part of the business, right? But I seriously can't thank you guys enough for your transparency, your willingness to be right there in front of the community. And you stand back and you say, hit me with what you got and we'll see what we can come up with. But you don't make the promise. You don't just that hustle. I talked about that Hustlers University, right? You guys aren't hustlers, just take the money and we'll figure it out later, right? You're really putting everything into this on so many levels. And I hope that other people are appreciating that as much as I know I do.
Yeah, thank you very much for the kind words. The only thing that I want to say is that in the NFT world, let's say, and I think there the mistake was made by giving NFTs and giving them so much to buy so much, let's say, or give it so much of a utility or promise some utility. I would rather say put them out just before your game or when your game is already out. I think that one would be better because then you already see what the utility is, and I truly believe that you will get more money then if it's working fine than do it way
Oh,
before.
yeah. So what they're doing, well, if we're talking about Gala Games and some other NFT providers, so to speak, is the NFTs come out and the game's nowhere to be seen. I thought that's the I don't know if you've heard of the laundromat version of how a security is defined. If you sell tokens to your laundromat before your laundromat exists, then your people are stand to profit on buying these tokens in advance. That's what I see going on with NFTs. I certainly agree with the idea that put out the game, get some NFTs being used, sell them, and then you can start selling upgrades. To be, it's like, okay, we're planning to put this in the game. The game is out, and then let's sell a new NFT that does an upgrade. And as soon as you buy it, it becomes functional right away. That way, you're not using it to finance the game. But I understand why they did it. They did it because that's the way that they knew how to make money.
Mhm.
Unfortunately, that turns NFTs into securities.
I'm only looking at it at the games world. I'm too naive to look at it as an ROI and those kind of things. Sorry, guys. I'm truly honest
15
with this.
minutes, you're going to have this figured out. By the time the
Yeah,
show's off, you're going to be posting this
I know.
that you got it figured out, man.
Yeah, well, for me, it was more like the Ready Player One when I entered into the Gala world, let's say, because I was like, whoa, I can do the film. I'm very happy. So, so I totally understand why they did it, and it was to pay perhaps all the wages and all the things that they need to do, or it's like saying, okay, we're good to go, we're safe for 10 years, we can build the game. Totally fine with that. I don't have a problem with that, but I don't think that in all the things that we saw in the past, you can still do it now. In my point of view, it's now needs to be, you have a game like Timbo has, you know how it's working, it's a fun game, and it's like in the Web2 world where you have a game, you play it for free, and then all of a sudden you see, oh, if I have this, then I can do better things, or I can do this. I think it's there that we need to evolve to in an NFT, and not doing the NFT up front, but doing the NFT when you have already the game playable. In my point of view.
Yeah. I think there's 1,000 ways to skin a cat. Every single one is its own very intricate web that you have to weave the whole time, right? For us, we went the route of, we took, like, taking no money from anybody. So we have this complete freedom to where we can't let anybody down, right? Nobody's going to get lit down. That's already an up, right? We like, because of that, we're allowed to mess up. People don't see our mess ups the same. We haven't promised anything,
Right.
but I think the way they did it was beautiful if they executed, right? Like,
If they had executed, right.
like I think Mirandus is going to be the example of a game that does it. The Mirandus team is so sharp. They are so sharp. They're mean in a good way. Like, they love their game. They're going to protect it. I've seen them and I've talked to them and I've asked hard questions to them, and it's like, you can see it. They know, you can see in their eyes that they know how much money they took from the community, and they were not bullshitting when they said they were going to make an awesome game for it. And I think they're going to do just that. And they're going to prove that it is possible. It is just dangerous, and it is a double-edged sword to take up tons of money up front from people.
Yeah, I
Like,
agree with you on that one, Timbo. Yeah, indeed. I think Miranda's will be one of those game changers if they keep their focus like they do right now. At every playtest, I'm like, okay, this is really, and that's the reason why I'm still buying NFTs from Miranda's for the moment, because I'm anticipating that it will be a fun game, not an ROI thing, but a fun game. I just want to play. That's the only thing that I want to do. Although I don't have much time, I see myself wandering around in that world, so that's a bit different than yeah. Spider Tanks, for instance, is a fun game for short play, in my point of view. That if you have some time in between, You launch a game, and that's the other thing that I like about those kind of games. So like Timbo's game, it's like a short time frame and you're done. So yeah, I think Miranda is the exception in my point of view, where you buy NFTs up front, but you know it's going to work. There, you know it's
I'm
going to
looking
work.
forward to seeing some Miranda stuff in the tower defense game. By the way, I'm sure that something's going to come in.
Oh, we
A windmill.
honestly, we're going to be dangerous. We're going to have just like, honestly, I love like the fact like Rostekip's dangerous too. He's sitting over there. He just gave y'all a leak about a game, him releasing a game. Y'all don't even know what's going to come up, man.
That would be fun.
I hope it's the game that I know about. Is it? Do you want to? No, I'm just like we're free. I think that like we're having fun. We have the community involved. We're about to show the community how easy it is to make a game. We're going to be the guys that know how to get stuff on Galachain too. So we're going to be able to bring people in and have all these dope little games made. I mean, I was raised on Roblox, Minecraft, like all this stuff, man. We're going to we just want to release stuff that's fun. And that is the epitome of what makes it successful.
So one of the things that I mentioned to Nate specifically, and this is something I hope both of you will put in the back of your mind. It's not a foot race, man. Don't think you got to rush stuff out just to be the first for this or the first for that. Take your time and do it exactly right, just like you guys are doing.
I think I want to interject here. Watching what what's his name is done with Michael something with Star Atlas. What's his name?
Wagner.
Swagner.
Thank you. Michael Wagner.
Swagner.
Star Atlas. All right, quiet, Titan. I'm really impressed by the fact that once they started selling NFTs, that they had a game going. Now, of course, in the beginning, it was very boring. It was like this text-based thing. But I like the fact that they had something rolling right off. And they kept going, and they kept delivering and building and delivering as they're building and showing you what they're doing. Yeah, certainly get it right, but that's for the release. I think. Well, I don't think any game really has a version 1.0 anymore, because whenever you get a game, there's patches that get downloaded immediately. It's as soon as you close the door on development, you have to reopen it. So nothing's truly ever done. So put it out there once you've got something good going. I really like what Timbo Slice did. He has a proof of concept out there that's going to really rock when it starts getting bigger. I want to see constant deliveries, but I don't want him to stop until he's gotten it right. Personally, I want people to weigh in saying, "Oh my God, this new cemetery tower that you have right there to raise you back from the dead." That one sucks because not very many people have it, and it's really expensive, but it's really good, and it really messes up the balance of the game. And then people start talking about game balance, and you start getting into the whole thing.
You get a cemetery tower in there, I'm bringing my Titan tank in there with my laser booper, and I'm going to boop your cemetery tower right to the floor.
Okay, go home, Grandpa.
I want to make your dreams come true, Titan. We'll make it happen, okay?
Actually, I think
that's all we're doing. We're just
I want to shoot his zip bugs. I want to take my tank and shoot his zip bugs out of the sky.
They move around. They don't come in straight lines right now. Once they get the move around technology going, then we can have zip bugs coming at you. Anyway, no, I think actually there's an opportunity for a lot of the lower end NFTs to get into the game right away, because you have a lot of those for various games. Get the lower end NFTs, 3 or 4 games, and you have a lot of towers immediately.
100%.
It will end somewhere, because otherwise you don't have any place anymore to put them on the board. I think so. There will be some.
Well, I think that's the
there.
strategy, though. I think that right. That's the strategy.
Yeah,
is you only. I think it's the same with the. I think there's a lot of like correlations between what we're doing in Townstar or in Common Ground World, like that. Because I see them, they have tons of NFTs they don't use in each meta, right? Each meta has completely changes.
You could use any set of NFTs as long as you have the associated ones, I'm assuming.
Right. And I think
I'm seeing NFT games a lot like Pokemon or Magic the Gathering, where there could be bazillion. Magic the Gathering has like almost 100,000 different kinds of cards, and you're not going to use all the cards in the game. You're just
Right.
going to use a small subset for the type of game that you want.
Right.
And
You create your deck. You create your deck, right?
yep,
Yeah.
everybody creates their own deck.
So that's what I'm kind of like, we've been talking it out on how we want to do the boards, but we're kind of envisioning you have your chess set, right? Like you have your deck of towers that you choose before you go into that singular match. And you can change, maybe it's 10 towers, maybe you get 10 NFTs you can bring in. And so it adds that extra strategy element. You could have 100 NFTs, but you can only put 10 in there that you can build. And so it really keeps the variety up, right? It keeps it to where whales can't come in and have all.
So then I could then sell groups of NFTs. Okay, I got this. So I could get like a couple Town Star, NFTs and an Echoes of Empire NFT and a couple others from EOE, and I've come up with a strong set of towers that can really do some damage. Okay, we got to have a 2-player game in here too. You got to have each person with their own tower, and then you can fire shit at it and have your own special towers. I'm loving this. I want a 2-player game. That's my
we want it too. There's a lot of intensity in multiplayer. So I do see, like, right now the game we have now could just be a mini game of the entire tower defense ecosystem, because it is fun within itself. And I would categorize it as a arcade style tower defense game right now, where you go in, it's a little Pac-Man type, you last as long, you fight off as long as you can, defend your fortress, and it's going to be a 1 to 5 minute match. And it's really just playing an arcade game. But then there could easily be a multiplayer version where it's a one board, more of a rectangular board where you're battling each other. So it's really expandable. Yeah, sky's the limit. We want to see what can happen.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Oh my God, there's so many options, man. I would need, if I was there doing what you're doing, I would need duct tape to wrap around my head to keep it from exploding, because there's just so many ideas.
We've had to cut out the idea guys. We'll make fun of the idea guys. We're like, we need implementers. We got ideas at the ass everywhere. So we gotta
focus down a little bit.
Keep it simple.
For help? You asking for help with the game from programmers who would like to do some work?
Oh, here we go. We can't go a whole show without you marketing your services here.
Or
if it's for free,
it's for free. Trying to support the guy. Come on.
We're figuring that out.
It's for free, so make use.
He'll get his idea there. Just leave it in.
No, you see, he was talking earlier about the decks and stuff like that, and since he's always wanted a big deck, he figured maybe you could help him get there.
I wanted to make a little card game too. I love Gwent.
He's got those cool card catalogs full of that Magic the Gathering stuff, right?
How's he not made it happen yet?
So he wants to take all those decks of cards and get them somewhere. He wants to have a reason to go in those drawers.
I guess I'm missing something here. Okay, sure, that's a good idea.
No, your dreams. You're gonna get that card game one day. We'll figure it out.
Well, I was thinking, I like the idea of a chess game with all sorts of NFTs from different games. And they don't have to move like chess pieces. Just a grid game where pieces move around. You can have 50 million pieces in addition to the regular chess ones. That'd be a great idea.
Yep.
So we're running really late here. Gentlemen, your time has been very, very valued by us and by all of the people that are listening here tonight. Start with Rostekip, since you were kind enough to carve out some time for us. What would you like to leave the community with tonight? What are your final thoughts on where you want to go, what you want to do, and what they have to look forward to?
Yeah. So first of all, I want to thank the community. That's the first thing that I want to do before I leave, because yeah, it has been a hell of a ride already for the NFT Harbor site and all the other sites that I did. But it's incredible how supportive everybody is. So that's the first thing that I want to bring out. Where I want to go is very simple. I want to expand what I have right now, make sure that Gala University is coming out so that everybody knows how to build on Galachain, that everybody can make their own little games. Hopefully Timbo and the team can put some tutorials there on as well, so that everybody can see how the magic is going, and then easily can go to the GG Collective to build the game. So that would be really a cool thing. And yeah, just work further and expand. That's the only thing that I want to do.
That's awesome.
Mr. Timbo.
Heck yeah. I would say honestly, just build and talk to talk to all of us. I think come to the GG Collective, talk to us in the chats. We have the creator hub made, where creators can all talk and we can talk this stuff out. I look at how, because I'm partnered with Deadly directly. We have a business together, and that's kind of our gaming company that we've been slowly building. And watching our work throughout this whole time is we came in here as little babies into the coding world and the developer world and the Web3 world, and just learn by doing, right? Just learn by doing, creating with the community and pushing and creating little shitty games and making just shitty art until we found something finally that people could see themselves doing, see themselves playing. And that's what we've been after this whole time. And we want to build that with everybody. And we want to help people build their version of that. There's a million different NFTs that people have in their brains, right? That right, like zip bugs and everything, right? We all have that. So we want to help create it. And it's getting easier with AI and all this stuff. So now is the time. Jump on board, find people you can talk to, ask the hard questions, and we're all right here. Like, I mean, Rostekip will answer literally anything. It's
The
awesome.
bots will.
I mean, I'm on my computer all day. I'm at war and Echoes of Empires while making a game, while I'm flying. I got my spaceship right here. This is my setup. I'm ready to talk to anybody. So like I would say just talk
real quick. I'm because I have you here. I just want to know how it's going with Echoes of Empires really quick before you go, because I know that you've been playing it a lot. You've done some big battles and stuff. I've been interested, but I haven't had time. I have NFTs. I want to get into the game, but is it hard to start playing? Is it a fun game to play right now? Are they actually being very responsive? Can you do a quick thing?
Yes, I would say they are not responsive. They responded today that they're in a spot where they cannot talk right now.
Uh-oh.
So we know where this goes.
That's not a good sign.
So it's not a good sign, but we're hounding them. The good sign is that we are having fun. We've made a fun war with it's the mafia versus mom. We're having fun. We're battling each other. It's super easy to start the game, Faz. It's not that hard. You come into MOF, we have a whole group running it all the time. We can all help you get started. We have the ancient claim. You can come mine whenever you want. You can come battle with us. You'll probably get attacked, which is fun. It's gets your blood pumping. Your ship's almost about to die. We have your back. We're gonna fight with you. So I think that part's fun. The potential of it is fun, but obviously, what are we doing with the no communication? Come on, like we gotta develop it. We gotta release updates. Like you can't. I would say right now it kind of is a 3x game. It's supposed to be a 4x. There's no real exploring. You can battle, you can extract, you can exploit, but you can't really explore in the current moment. So it's, we need to add a full 4x game to it. I'm hoping, I'm trying to be Mr. Positive. I feel the same way with Spider Tanks. Like they have so much built apparently, but they can't release it until the whole Gala stuff goes over. I hope that's not exactly the same situation that Echoes of Empires is in, but it feels like it. So I'm pushing. I'm having fun. I think the best way is to get eyes on it in a positive light. Like this is a fun game. Like it is worth coming back and developing it. So
You're muted, Faz.
Yeah, that was just my one question. I very much appreciate that. And thank you, Rostekip, for staying up late.
No problem.
I wanted to get it out there. And frankly, I wanted to hear you and Timbo talk to each other about what you guys are doing and how you guys are making an ecosystem, how you're supporting each other inadvertently, unintentionally and intentionally. And I want to see other people build onto this. And that's why I'm throwing ideas in there for Timbo's thing as well. I want to see this get bigger and bigger. There's so much, there's so much opportunity in this space. I see this as all these NFTs coming out right now as like the Wild West. There's so much that's once things really get going and the big boys start getting going. Actually, Rostekip's going to be very well positioned. And hopefully Timbo will be there too. So it's good to see all the stuff going on. We're seeing the very beginning of a really rich ecosystem. That's
the idea. Nice words.
Yeah, thank you guys for doing everything that you do for not only the community, but for each other developing. I mean, I know each of you have your own spider web of people that contribute and get you where you need to be. And all the love and all the support straight to you guys. And I can't wait to see every week when I see that little announcement pop up or when I see Rostekip pinging a message or something. I get all excited, man. I'm like, oh boy, here we go. What do we got today? I mean, that excitement is what people need to feel now. I mean, we've been through 3 years of hell, of ups and downs and sideways and everything in this genre, and seeing things, albeit shitty games or whatever you want to call them, anything that's actually happening where people are engaging, making friends, building things, I think is tremendous. So thank you both for what you do.
All right, we're out of here.
Most welcome.
All right, great. See you guys later.